So we have been talking a bunch about Fortnite Chapter 7 on this channel as of late because it is starting in just a couple of days from now. But in today's video, we finally got our first looks at the official league tournaments for Chapter 7. We're going to be going over every single thing that came out today from a bunch of different tournaments, as well as a huge duo shakeup that is going to change so much for next season. Real quick, before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We shout out two people every single video who DM me proof of them using my code, so shout out to these two people on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Without further ado though, we have a lot to talk about. Let's go over all of the different leaks. Alright, so it all started this morning with this thing that ended up getting leaked. So basically it says Chapter 7 victory cups have been accidentally leaked. Epic pushed an update for their blog post, which included duo victory cups, console victory cups, which is 0 build, and then reload victory cups. If we open this thing up in the full screen right here, I think you guys can see it. Yeah, it says these are the official rules for the Fortnite victory cups, the duo victory cups, duo console victory cups, 0 build, reload duo victory cups, and the victory cup or event. And it basically, it says right here, you can see it's confirmed, everything like that. Fortnite victory cups Chapter 7 season 1 official rules. So this basically means that we are getting victory cups back for Chapter 7. If you guys obviously didn't watch any of like the Simpsons season, that was pretty much the only tournament that we had throughout this entire season right here. Now, I also want to point out that we don't have every single tournament leaked yet. We just have a couple, and obviously there could still be more things that get added, and we'll know all of it the day that the new season comes out with the official comp blog post. This is just all of the things that we have to go off of. But then we got an absolutely huge leak right here from Assyrian, and they pretty much leaked almost every single other known tournament that we have. So the current known tournaments that we have, we just went over all of them right here. Duo victory cups, duo console 0 build cups, the duo reload victory cash cups, and the solo series is back as well. We'll go over the regions things in a little bit, but we already have a schedule for the solo series as well. Somehow Assyrian leaks a bunch of stuff. They like pretty much go into the game files and find all of this information. I would say they're correct about 90% of the time. So it already looks like we have dates for the solo series schedule. It is going to be, it looks like it is what, 4 separate weeks here, and it's already going to be starting on December 7th. And I mean, if you look at my calendar right here, it's November 26th at the time of me recording this video. The season's supposed to come out on like the 29th, I'm pretty sure. So that means that the solo series is going to be starting like a week after the brand new season starts. Now, this is already a super good thing in my opinion. I was a pretty big fan of the solo series that they did last season as well, and now that they are bringing it back, I think it is a super good opportunity for people to compete in. I've already seen a lot of people argue that they said that there should have been a solo victory cup, because if you guys see, so far we don't have any news on solo victory cups. It's only duos tournaments. But then something here that is very interesting to me is the solo series is now going to have heats, and the heats will take place on January 17th and January 18th. Also, if you guys are a little bit confused on why there is such a huge break between December 21st and January 11th, it's because Epic Games goes on their 2-week Christmas break vacation on I'm pretty sure like the 24th to around the 7th or something like that. But back to the heats park, this is absolutely huge because this is basically just like a mini solo FNCS at this point. We're no longer just getting qualifier weeks. We're now getting qualifier weeks to qualify you into heats, and then you're gonna have to qualify from the heats into the grand finals basically. And also something else that I just noticed on my screen right here, this looks like it is a 2-day finals. So I feel like this is basically pretty much just a mini solo FNCS. There is something a little bit disappointing about it though. Like, I mean, it's not super disappointing, but it seems like it is going to be the same prize pool as the global season. First place for EU will get 15k, first place for NA Central will get 10k, and then OCE gets 2.5k. So we're about to be having, what is this, like almost 2 months of solos, and it's still going to be the exact same prize pool that we saw for pretty much just like a global season where there wasn't supposed to be that many tournaments. So I mean, a little bit disappointing there for sure, but like I still think this is going to be super fun to watch. So the format right here is the solo series consists of 4 weeks of qualifiers. The top players get into the semifinals, and then the top players from that get into the finals. So obviously, just like what I said, the top 400 on NA Central and EU, and then the top 200 on other region qualify to heats. the seeding into heats will be the same as FNCS last season. The score on the leaderboard will be only the single highest scoring week. Oh wow, this is super interesting for the heats right here. Each heat has 100 players and 6 players qual from getting a win, in 19 in EU and NA Central, and then 44 in other regions qual from consistency. So it seems like this is very similar to the heats format that we have now for FNCS as well. You can qualify through either getting a win or placing consistently in your respected heat. Here's the stuff for the console victory cups as well. It is 2 hours, 7 matches, top 1000 on NA and EU, and then the top 500 remaining goes and they're able to qual, and then each win in the finals is $100. Pretty much the exact same thing for the reload cups as well. I mean, yeah, Lobby Center literally right here said we're quite literally getting a solo FNCS basically. As long as there is going to be no cheaters in this, I think this is going to be absolutely huge and so fun. Something that I kind of hinted at earlier is NA East looks like it will not be a comp region in Chapter 7. As the Asarian tweet said from earlier, we pretty much are going to be having the exact same regions for this solo series, and unless they just haven't updated it, or if they're going to be like surprising us with something when the official blog post comes out, as of right now there is no official leaks of East coming back, and it seems like for the NA region it's still going to be NA Central and NA West. Definitely super unfortunate for all of you East players out there, but I didn't even talk about the zero build cups that seems like they're coming back as well. That is super positive for a lot of the people. We saw like Zemi say that when he went to the meeting with Epic Games to talk about for the future of competitive, one of the main things that he wanted to push for was zero build, and then one of the main things that Clicks wanted to push for was victory cups, and it seems like we're going to be getting both of those in Chapter 7. We did talk a couple of videos ago about this new shotgun that is going to be coming, and it's pretty much like a combination of almost every other shotgun that we have had. You guys can see all the damage stats right here and everything. The main thing people were excited about was that this shotgun looks like it is going to be able to one pump, because the mythic or the legendary version does 205 headshot, and it's similar to the Chapter 2 pump. And now we got our first look at what this thing is actually going to be looking like. Comp report here said it looks very similar to the hammer shotgun, and I do agree with that. Very excited to see how this thing's gonna play out. It looks like a very good shotgun to use though. I want to talk a little bit more about the tournaments, because there is still some things that I feel like are missing, and I hope this isn't every single thing that we are going to be getting in Chapter 7 Season 1 before the Christmas break, but that does seem to unfortunately be the way that the signs are pointing to right now. We don't really have anything else. We did get this one leak from Fortnite Competitive right here that said something unreal, and this was in response to Boop saying he basically pretty much just responded, and it was like Fortnite Competitive originally tweeted out, "What's your favorite Chapter 6 comp moment?" Boop responded, "Everything. Now give us one hint about Chapter 7 comp please." Fortnite comp reports, or Fortnite comp just said like what, and then Boop said, "Just tell me what tournament you were most excited about that we might not know about yet in not FNCS," and then they just responded with something unreal. So to me and a lot of other people, this kind of hints at we are either going to be getting some ranked cups that you might be able to compete for money in, or the other theory that I have seen go around is maybe we are seeing something which they're making it an incentive to grind to Unreal, and you actually have to hit Unreal to be able to compete in tournaments. Like, yeah, as you can see, a lot of people down here, Boop basically just said ranked 2.0 tournaments. I guess that could be a thing. Unreal tournaments coming to Fortnite, Unreal ranked cups, things like that. And this is kind of just like ranked 2.0. We still don't really know when ranked 2.0 is actually coming out yet. It would be interesting if they're kind of trying to like hype up slash tease like something to do with ranked Chapter 7 if they're not going to be releasing ranked 2.0 as soon as Chapter 7 comes out. I also feel like for Chapter 7, they always seem to have like the biggest updates then. That would be the perfect time to drop something like a ranked 2.0, but obviously we haven't literally heard anything about it yet, so I kind of doubt that we're going to see ranked 2.0 as early as in what, literally like 3 days from now. But maybe, hopefully I get proven wrong. Let me know what you guys think this means though in the comments below. I was kind of mentioning this earlier and then I got sidetracked, but we still don't have any word on like when the actual FNCS qualifier weeks are going to be. I would have to assume it's going to be after their Christmas break. We don't have any news on like duo div cups or if div cups are even returning or anything like that. So far all we have is victory cups. I am really hoping that we don't have to go all of December without a single div cup. Like, if we only have victory cups for another entire month, or I mean, it would really only be like 3, maybe 2 weeks if you really think about it, because they go on their break. Still no word of like a winter royale or anything like that either. I have to admit, as of now, December doesn't necessarily seem that stacked yet, but I'm hoping there's some big stuff in the blog post. And then finally, the snake seasoning stuff looks like it is going to be happening. Our first huge duo swap that we have honestly had since duos has started. Agers and Ritual are an official team now, and they're going to be working with the coach of Sven as well. So that does mean that Ritual and Cold have either split up or Ritual has dropped Cold. We don't have any like exact information on what that is actually going to be. Like we literally see like Flixie down here asking who is Cold with, and like Fortnite Competitive even like responding to this and everything. This is very interesting to me, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of what Peter was saying. And this, at the end of the day, all comes down to Cold. Cold, as we know, is one of the best individual players in the entire game. To me, he is the second best player in the entire world. But we did not see Cold compete in a single tournament during the Simpsons season. And I know that there was a lot of other pros that like didn't compete and everything like that. But this isn't some like one-off thing for Cold. We know that he is pretty much known to be the player that grinds the least in the entire game, but he is just so talented that it doesn't really matter. And in trios, you can kind of get away with that because there is 3 people on your team. You don't really have to build like individual chemistry with somebody, and you can still at least queue with one of your teammates and then find a fill. But in duos, you really need to build that individual chemistry up with your teammate. And if Cold is not going to be playing the game, it makes sense why Ritual would want to play with somebody like Agers, who I don't feel like personally is that far off of Cold. He's outperformed Peter and Cold in grand finals literally just this year, and Agers and Ritual are going to grind together a lot more than Ritual and Cold would have. This does of course leave a pretty big elephant in the room on who in the world is Cold actually going to play with. And like, if you look at the replies of this tweet, some of the main things of like people saying is he's probably going to play with either like Queasy or Vino, and like some EU players would definitely be super interesting there. So I hope he is able to find a good duo. But that's just the thing on NA, is how many IGLs right now can you name that need a duo that are on the same caliber of Cold? The only options that I really feel like on NA could make sense is probably would be Rapid dropping threats to play with Cold. Maybe we get the reuniting at the end of the day of Acorn and Cold back together, but Acorn and Bolts have been playing super well, and they both grind together, and I know Acorn still does like grinding the game. I don't really know though. Let me know who you guys think Cold is going to end up playing with in the comment section down below. All right, so I just went on that whole like little yap session right there, and Cold tweeted out, "Just woke up looking for duo, let me now, it's personal now." So looks like Cold is not going to be quitting. He's looking for a brand new duo, and Chapter 7 just got even more hype. Of course, as soon as we get any of that news, I will make sure to update you guys as soon as I possibly can. Remember though, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, do what it says under me right here. Please use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. YouTube says enjoy when you see videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, man. Love you, boys.